Hello and welcome. So today we are going to work on data cleaning using Python Pandas. So here I have taken a very important data set related to student information. It contains student ID and other different columns related to student. Okay. Here you notice this name is in lowercase, and here you notice this name contains the first letter of the word as capital. Okay, so here all small letters. So we have to deal with these things, that we have to standardize the name in this way, like the first letter of each word will be the capital. Age, you can see here the age column contains some null value. Okay, so we'll deal also with these things. And here you can see gender. Male and female are two genders here, but the writing style is very different. Okay, here all letters are in small letter, here all letters are in capital, so we have to normalize this. Okay, standardize. Grade is, you can see in grade column, you can see here the 10th written as th. Okay, and all other as a numeric. Here also 11th and all other numerics. So we have to deal with this also, that how we are going to make this column in standard format. Okay, same way that we can see here, math score has some null value and English score has some null value. But one interesting thing you have to notice here, that missing is written like in word, okay, in a string. So we have to deal with this also, that how we are going to convert into number, how we are going to convert it into number. We have to see these things. Sign score is in good format. All are numeric and integer data. Enroll date, you see here, this is very interesting, and working with date in pandas is very crucial. Okay, so we'll see that how we are going to deal with these, and we will see in numeric. Okay, remarks also. So what can we do? Let's create a different one, a new notebook, and we are going to start with, and we are going to start from the beginning. So first, what you have to do, first you have to import pandas as pd. Okay, this is the first thing that we are going to import as pd. Okay, and the next is to read the csv file. Okay, so what you can do, pd dot read underscore csv, and you have to put the url. Okay, so let me copy the url I have here. Student data, you can copy complete path, but you can put here, and or you can do, okay, so it will give you all these things whatever we have seen, that this data set contains these columns and the data, and you can see here that almost 31 rows are there starting from 0. Okay, so what we will do, we are going to store basically this thing into data frame. Okay, so data frame equal this we are going to do, and now you can print data frame as it is. Okay, so data frame, directly you can write data frame df whatever. Okay, and you will see one by one we are going to deal with all these things that we have discussed. So let's first understand that simple thing, data frame dot info is there. Okay, one very important function is that so it shows the different column names and the data types. Okay, so we will deal the different things. So one important thing that we are going to check, that whether this data frame contains any duplicate value or not. So let's check that data frame dot duplicated. Okay, so this duplicated is there, so it will show you basically, if there is true, then that row is duplicate. Okay, so you can see here that we have taken the last row as duplicate. So deliberately I have taken this as duplicate so that I can show that it's duplicate. So what we have to do, we are going to drop duplicate. Okay, so the first step is drop duplicate, so that we are not going to perform any type of the operations, any type of the cleaning on the duplicate data. So what we will do, data frame dot drop underscore duplicate. Okay, so just press tab, you will find the different, it will suggest the different functions and methods. Okay, just enter, and we are going to drop duplicates. Okay, so now you can check here that the last row is dropped. Okay, so but see here, just check that what is df now. You will see here the last row is not dropped, is not deleted from the actual data frame. Why it is so? This will show you just a view. It will not change in the original data frame. So what we have to do, just we have to assign. Okay, now it will be, now it will show you the original data frame after deleting the duplicate. Okay, now see here, the duplicate row is deleted. The next is, we are going to check, is there any null value or not. If there is null value, so how many null values are there? So data frame dot is null, it will show you false, true, false, true, false. Okay, so if there is a true, so this means this value is null. Okay, so here true, this value is null. So what we are going to do, we are going to make sum and check all these things are row column wise. We are going to sum column wise. Okay, so student id no null, name is no, name doesn't contain any null value, age contains 3 null value. Okay, so you can see here is 1, 2 and 3. Likewise, this math score contains the 17 null value, and English score contains 8 null value. So we will deal all these things. So let's start one by one. So let's do with name column. Okay, so what we are going to do, data frame, and just we are going to check the name. Okay, so what we will do, see here, what is our purpose? Just we are going to normalize, we are going to make in standard format the name, like John Doe is written here. So we are going to do, so in this what we are going to do, the first letter of each word we are going to make as capital. So for this what we will do, first let make it a string. Okay, and then we are going to put, then we are going to make it lower. Okay, so this is string dot lower. This is a function in Python also that you already know, that it will make a string into lowercase. Okay, so we'll check. So this will give you all the letters, all the alphabet in lowercase. And then what we are going to do, we are going to make again str, make again this string, and then we are going to make it as a title case. Okay, so title case, what it will do in title case, it will make the first letter of each word as a capital. So you can see here that first letter, okay, J and S capital, and now you can see here S and O and N also it makes capital. Okay, and you can see in original it was like this. Okay, SAR and O and N. So it is good. Now what we have to do, we are going to make it in the actual, in the original data frame. So what we will do, we are going to take this thing, we are going to update our name column. Okay, so okay, there is an issue with this type of the indexing. So what we will do, we are going to use, so to tackle this warning, what we will do, we are going to use .loc. Okay, so this is basically the indexing using the labels. Okay, so we are using here names and other column names, so we are using the labels. So for this thing, first we have to put colon. This column means that all rows. Okay, we are taking all rows and only one column, that is name. So this way it, hope it will do. Okay, so now the warning has gone. So just check that what is now our data frame. So our data frame, it's okay, it looks good, everything is fine for the name. Okay, so next what we are going to do, we are going to work on the age. Also we are going to deal with the null values. So what we will do, we will do df, and we are going to take age, and we are going to find out, these are the values, these are the values of the age. So you can see here that if you go for the unique, okay, unique values, so you'll see here 16, 17, 18. So only three values are there, 16, 17, 18, and other is null. So okay, so okay, let's do it again. So you'll find here that our age is basically integer values as 16 or 17, 18. Okay, so what we will do, we are going to fill this not a number value or null value with the mean or median. You can take any value, mean or median. So it's not always that we are going to fill the null value with the mean or median. It will depend on your data set, and it will depend on the column values. Okay, so here as we know that the age of the students are in between 16 and 18. Okay, so it's better to take mean or median. Okay, both are good. So if you go here and you will check that mean is basically 16.77, but we are not going to deal with the points because the student's age is either 16, 17 or 18, or the like whole number. Okay, the natural number. So what we will do, we are going to round it. We are going to round it with 0. Okay, now it is 17. So better I am going to store it into mean age or age mean. Okay, now this age, I'm going to use this age underscore mean to fill the null values. So what you will do, how you are going to fill, just take the age, and there is a function fill na, and pass the value that you want to fill. Okay, pass the value that you want to use to fill the null value. Okay, so I'm going to use this. Okay, now if you check that all the null values are the filled with 17. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to make it in original data frame. So again we are going to do the same way, that df dot location. Then what we are going to do, we are going to take this one, and we are going to take all the rows and this column, the age column. Okay, so now it will be better, I think. So just check data frame. Okay, now data frame is fine. Age, we filled the null value with the mean of the numeric values. Okay, now let's deal with the gender. So now let's work on the gender column. So you can see here that just run this one, and you can find here this one important thing that I want to show here, that female, here you can see female, here you can see that females are written in different format. Okay, so if you go and check for the unique words in the column, so you can find female, female, female. So three different types female has written, and male, male, male also in three different format. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to convert all these into a single format. Okay, so like 3 into single. So we are going to use male this with the first uppercase letter, and this female. Okay, so what we will do, we are going to basically use, you can use different things. Okay, so we can use this one, that we are going to change into a string, then we are going to make it lower, and after making it lower, I'm going to put it to title case. Okay, so okay, sorry, so just we have to convert again into a string, and then we are going to convert into uppercase. Okay, so now if you go here and you will check that now the first letter is in uppercase and other in small. So it's now our gender column values are standardized, but it's not changed in our original data frame. So what we have to do? So we have to make it like this. Basically, we are going to use .loc loc, and the column for all rows and the gender column. Okay, so this will update the gender. Now just check that, yes, now gender is, this gender column is normalized and standardized. Okay, basically we put our gender column values in standard format. Okay, so now let's go to the grade, and let's do quickly that we are going to do this. So in this, what is the problem, that 10 is written here and 10th is written, 11 and 11th is written. So what we have to do, 11th we have to change by 11, and 10th we have to change by 10. Okay, so if you check that, what are the unique values, for this column? So you'll see that these are the unique values, these are the repeating values. So what we have to do, we are going to replace 10th by 10 and 11th by 11. Okay, so basically we are going to put it into our dictionary, and this will be used inside a function. Okay, so what is that? Data frame dot grade, and there is a replace function. So in that replace, we are going to put this dictionary. So it will do what it will do in the grade column. In the grade column, it will search, and it will, if it will find 10th, it will replace by 10. Okay, so and find 11th, it will replace with 11. Okay, so here you can see 10th will be replaced by 10 and 11th will be replaced by 11. So let's check that. Yes, so you can see here all the 10th and 11th are replaced by the respective 10 and 11. So we have, what we have to do, we have to make our original data frame. So let's use data frame dot loc basically grade. Okay, now just check. Now let's run data frame, and now you will check. Okay, so gender is fine, grade is also now fine. That's a good thing. Now we have to deal with the math score. What is math score? Let's check that math score data frame. So let's check that math score data. So it's basically data type is float, but all values are in like 75, 74, no decimal point are there. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to take mean, and this mean value we are going to use fill the null values. Okay, so what we will do, let's check that what is the mean, and mean is 74. Okay, so it's that's good. Mean is 74, no decimal points are there, so that's good. So we are going to use this thing to fill the null values. So what we will do, one thing we can do, math mean. Okay, so we are going to take math mean as what we can do. We are going to take this, and we are going to fill NA. Same thing that we are going to do. So fill NA we will do with what? This mean. Okay, and now you can see here that all the null values are filled with mean. Okay, so what we are going to do, we are going to do again LOC, and then what we will do this, and we are going to take math score. Okay, so you can do like this also, it will do. You just press tab and this enter, you will check. Okay, so now check that what is our data frame. Okay, now our original data frame is good. Now null values are filled with the mean. Okay, now let's work on the English score. That is very important, and you will see here that what are the things that we have to do. So in that, null value is there, not a number value is there, and the values 95, 96, and the integer values are there, but this is missing. This basically is object. Okay, object in pandas, we are dealing with the strings. Okay, so most of the time we are dealing with the string. So all these values 95, nan, and missing, all are the strings. Okay, so we have to convert this string into the number. Okay, so one function we have in pandas data frame to numeric. Okay, so just you can press tab and you can find to date, time, numeric, typical, and these things. So to numeric is there. Okay, so this will give us so which one we are going to convert to numeric? To numeric we have to give the series. Okay, pandas series. So we are going to convert English score. Okay, so one thing that I want to show you, it will show error. Okay, so you'll find here what is the issue, unable to parse string missing. Okay, so this missing is not being converted, this missing cannot be converted into the number. Okay, this 67 as a string we can convert. Okay, so if a string contains only number, it can be converted to number, but if a string contains alphabet, so it cannot be converted into number. So that what we have to do, we are going to use one parameter, that is error. Okay, errors. equal that we are going to use coerce. Okay, so what this coerce will do, it will convert the string containing alphabet to a NaN, not a number value. Okay, so let's check it. So you can see here where the missing value is there. So where missing string is there, it converted into the NaN. So what we have to do, we are going to deal with this and we are going to store this whole thing into our original data frame. So what we have to do, we are going to use into our data frame, that is score. Okay, so let's use .loc and then for all and then for this one. So I hope this works. So let's check that. So here you can see English score, all the missing string, the string that contains missing now converted into the NaN. Okay, so I hope that you can do. Now you can fill these NaN using mean or the median. So as we have done already. So I'm not going to do again it. Let's check about the science score. Okay, science score is basically perfect. We are not going to do anything in this. Now let's deal with the enrolled date. So let's just check that enrolled date, how it looks. So if you go here, you can see that what is problem with the date. What is the problem with this? That our date is written in different format. One is we have written here hyphen and here slash we have used. And also you can see here, this is basically 10th of June and this is also 10th of June. This is 12th of June. This is 10th of June. Okay. So you can see, let's check that unique first. Unique. Okay. So you can find here only 4 entries are there. Okay. So it is 10th, 12th and 11th. So you can find that 10th, 11th and 12th June, the admission, the enrollment was done in between these 3 dates. Okay, but our date is in different format. So what we have to do, we have to convert it into a proper format. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to work like I'm going to convert it in this way. Okay, so this is the perfect, like this is 2022 the year and then the month and then the day. Okay, so how can we do? Basically that I'm going to convert this will be converted into, so let me write all. Okay, just first let me write all and this also. So this will basically, so this will be converted into this format. Okay, first will be the year, then month. So this is basically what, the 10th of June. Okay, 10th of June, 10th of June. So in this format I'm going to work. The date is fine. Here date is 12th, so just let me change it to 12th and here the date is 11. Okay, so I will make change here 11. Okay, so this is basically we are going to use here I'm going to make basically a dictionary and in that dictionary I'm going to put it and I'm going to say that this is dictionary for date. Okay, and this date will be changed into this format and this date will be changed into this format and this will be in this format, and this first one is basically in a format that we want. Okay, so I'm going to use this and I'm going to use replace function. So data frame dot, so let me take this one and dot replace function and using, and I'm going to put this dictionary into it. Okay, you can basically you can put this complete dictionary into it here like this, or you can just create another dictionary and then you put dictionary here. Okay, so now you can check here that all the dates will be converted in a perfect format. Okay, and you will see that all the dates are in June and here you can see here that 10, 10 and 11, 12. Okay, so now this looks good. So what we have to do, we are going to basically update this into our main data frame. Okay, so what we can do basically, So data frame that we are going to use lock, and then for the all rows, and then I'm going to use only the enrollment date column. Okay, so I'm going to put here, and this way I'm going to convert it. So now if you check that our date, enrollment date is in a perfect manner, in a perfect format, and the year, month, and the day. So now let's do, okay, one more thing that you can check here, one more thing, one more important thing that I want to show you with the dates. You can see here that this is object. Okay, up to this date basically is as this whole, all the entries are basically as the string. So what we have to do, we have to convert it into the date format. Okay, so what we can do, we have one function pd dot to date time function. Okay, and in that date time function I'm going to put this column, enrollment date, and you can check here, you can find here that now you can check our data type is date time. So now let's look on the remarks. Okay, so what you will do with the remark, so one thing that we can do basically, let's check that how many different values are there, the unique values that it contains. So let's use unique function. So you'll find that excellent, good, needs improvement, average, and all these things are there. Okay, so these three, good, this good, and good student, these three categories will fall into a single one. Okay, excellent is different one, need improvements, average, and this average will fall into one, and poor is this. Okay, so what we will do, we are going to make a proper dictionary of the, so this whole thing we are going to put into dictionary, and that dictionary we are going to pass, so dictionary for the remark. So just run this one, and we are going to do this thing, and it will be remark or remarks. What is that? Remarks. Okay, so we are going to put remarks, and we are going to replace dot, replace with what? We are going to put this dictionary. Okay, so again I'm saying that you can put this whole dictionary into this function, or you can just put this remark dictionary, and you can see that now it will be something like that. Okay, so you can find here the unique, now how many unique words are there. Okay, so you'll find that excellent, good, improvements, needs improvement, poor, and average. Okay, so these 5 categories are there. So what we will do, let's take this and update our final data frame. Okay, so that we are going to basically use this one, and what we can do, that we are going to take this remark. So let's check this. So just check that how remarks column is looking now. So you can see that we have cleaned our remarks column. So this way we have cleaned our whole data set. Let me explain one important thing, that you have to apply hundreds of the techniques depending on the data set, which type of the data set you have. So hope that you get some insight that how you are going to clean your data set using Pandas library. And stay tuned, in the next video we are going to cover exploratory data analysis.